Peace.
Peace, justice, and the common good.
Do you have a permit for this gathering, my dear?
I do, yes I do. I went and got one from
Who staged
Officer Palladino, in fact.
I'd like to thank everybody for this, who's been involved and for keeping up the enthusiasm about this. And I think that this is a fantastic outcome. I wish that there would be some way to take the city to task so that it's not seen as endorsing, a coming police state for our city. I mean, it really is an uncomfortable feeling for me to see them endorse what they did to us. But this was a battle that I think we won, and so we'll probably be offered another one. St. Patrick's Day.
Endless battles.
All right.
Yeah.
I had just wanted to thank everybody again for coming and for supporting us, and I would like to just comment on the article that was in the paper today, and I was very surprised that things that are now in the public interest, such as, or not in the public interest, such as the time the policeman would have to give to being at a trial, and the time that the citizen witnesses would have to give, and the time that the prosecutors would have to give, didn't exist, a month and a half ago. But now all of us, I'd love to know what happened in the last month that made it not in the public interest to do it now. And if I ever get to meet Miss Kelly, I would like to ask her that. And then I guess I also was a little saddened by her statement that she felt like everything the police did was justified. And I was thinking maybe at next year's parade, she might want to go and stand with the adolescent boys and girls who stood across the street on the west side of Tejon, clapping and shouting and laughing and hopping up and down and everything, as two policemen dragged me and scraped me across the stone pavements, leaving not a road rash but a burn, which called for 5 visits to the Memorial Wound Clinic. And I just am sorry that she feels that that was not anything that, unjustified by the police. And I guess now the police might have permission from the city attorney to do whatever they want to anyone who they feel isn't doing exactly what they say when they say it. And that's sad for the city.
Yes, you want to say something?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to express gratitude to the 7 who stood up for all of us who were in the parade. And now that the charges against Eric Verlo and Elizabeth Finneran have been dropped, I hope that more and more people in this city will come to believe that we never intended to disrupt the parade, that all we wanted to do was to march for peace and to stand up for all of the American people in this country who want us out of Iraq. We only intended peace, and we are going to continue marching for peace.
Yay!
Thank everybody too for their ongoing support, and may we all caution ourselves that this is not really that much of an aberration. This is much more in character with what cops can be expected to do, because their interest is in protecting empire. And we have an empire here that thinks violence is how we resolve problems. And I believe that's wrong. Therefore, I believe our work is not done, and we can expect more of this. So let's keep our moral spinal column very strong.
Hey. Amen, brother, too.
I want to take this opportunity to thank you all, and to speak these last thoughts for my wife and our out-of-town friend Frank Cordero, if you may remember, both of whom walked with us at the parade. I also want to remember not just the 7, but the 45. 45 people were out there on the streets trying to have a good time, not that day doing anything unusual, and they were taken up with ours, some of them here with us, that were not randomly arrested as we were. And so I'm so happy that we can remember all of us without distinction. We were there by invitation and legal permit. We were singled to begin to walk by the parade organizers. We joyously wore green shirts portraying the universal sign of world peace that anyone and everybody around this world should be able to wear anywhere, anytime, in any place. We're all then humanity's heroes. I wish to make no distinction between ourselves and others who are doing these things around the world. All of us there were peaceful people to celebrate an Irish-American holiday, and stopped our walk on command, quietly waiting to see what the organizers and the police wanted to do. I walked particularly because I'm Irish. I was arrested for asking why we were ordered off the street. I participated in over 50 years for conscience sake to witness against war and violations of human rights as a Christian pacifist, and have risked arrest for doing so in foreign countries and many states in the United States. I know what a protest is. I know what civil disobedience is. I have done both. Intentionally, this was neither. There was no civil disobedience, no protest, no blocking, no intention, no preparation, no planning, no organization, no coordination, no conspiracy, not even a discussion. People out for a good time. Nevertheless, we were thrown to the ground, our arms bent behind us, handcuffed, dragged. In my case, I was told I was a coward and aiding the enemy. And all this for no apparent purpose. And 6 months of our time taken away from other things that we should be doing in this world, fighting the many injustices that are taking place before us. My wife was threatened with a taser. Frank Cordero was choked. And people around the country we talk to say, why does this only happen in Colorado Springs? And I say, why? I call on ourselves, the police, the government, the media, who are not here, the activists to restore dignity and respect for humanity and democratic process in this community. So those are my last thoughts of an old man on St. Patrick's 7, and that's over. But it doesn't end here with a local preemptive strike last March. We all move on from here. In the world, it all continues on a greater scale with surveillance, detention, retention, judicial disruption, torture, empire building, all in the name of democracy, while here at home the terror of losing our human rights and liberties, our historic constitutional freedoms, looms large. What we must take back now is not only Colorado Springs, but our country. Let's begin again, and let's do it right through 2008 and get something changed here in America. Thank you.
Oh, we do have a quote here for Miss Elizabeth. That I will hand on to you. And this is one Irish woman to another Irish woman. And here is the quote. Dorothy Sayers once said, "Time and trouble will tame an advanced young woman, but an advanced old woman is uncontrolled by any force on earth." God love her!
Amen.
She's my best fan. I don't know, it's going to start a fan club.